I never thought my life would shrink to this. A flicker of who I used to be, trapped in a house that feels like a locked box. At 35, I imagined I'd be somewhere brighter, my days filled with color, my heart steady. Instead, I'm Emily, or what's left of her, married to a man who sees me as a possession, not a person. Derek, my husband, is 40, a mechanic with hands rough from work and a temper rougher still. His jealousy is a chain, tightening with every glance I get from a stranger, every late shift at the bookstore where I shelve novels I'll never write. He doesn't offer compliments, doesn't touch me unless it's to mark his territory, doesn't see the woman I'm desperate to rediscover. I'm fading, my reflection in the bathroom mirror, a stranger with tired eyes and a smile I've forgotten how to mean. The call comes on a gray Tuesday, slicing through the drone of dishes in the sink. It's Claire, my older sister, her voice a mix of warmth and urgency. You have to come to Noah's 20th birthday this weekend. It's a milestone. He'd love to see you. Noah, her son, my nephew. I haven't seen him in years, not since he was a gangly teenager trailing me at family picnics, asking questions about the stars or my old sketchbooks. Life pulled us apart. Derek's moods, my job, the 3-hour drive between our upstate New York town and Claire's place in the Hudson Valley. I don't know Claire, I say, glancing at the living room where Derek's slumped, a beer sweating in his hand, the TV blaring. It's not a great time. Please, she insists, softer now. Just you. It'll do you good. Her pity stings, but it's the truth. I need an escape even for a day. Hey, I say. I'll be there. Derek barely reacts when I tell him. Go whatever, he mutters, eyes fixed on the screen. Don't do anything stupid. His words are a jab, but I pack a bag and leave Saturday morning, driving alone, the radio crackling with old rock songs. The Hudson Valley opens before me, hills rolling in shades of green and gold, the September air sharp through the cracked window. Claire's house, a sprawling Victorian with peeling paint, is alive when I pull up, balloons tied to the porch, music pulsing, guests spilling across the lawn. I'm nervous, out of place, my sundress feeling too bright for the weight I carry. Then I see Noah and everything shifts. He's not the boy I remember. At 20 he's tall, broad-shouldered, his dark hair falling into hazel eyes that catch the light like a storm. He's in a leather jacket, leaning against a picnic table, laughing with friends, a beer in hand. He's grown into himself, confident, magnetic. Then he spots me and his face breaks into a grin, warm and unguarded. Aunt Em, he calls, striding across the grass. He pulls me into a hug, his arms strong, his scent a mix of leather and cedar. For a moment I forget how to breathe, the world narrowing to his warmth. You made it, he says, stepping back, his eyes scanning me, not like a kid but like someone who sees. You look amazing, he adds, and the sincerity in his voice hits like a shock. Derek hasn't said that in years, maybe ever. I laugh, brushing it off, my cheeks warm. You're not so bad yourself, birthday boy. He smirks, handing me a soda from a cooler, his fingers grazing mine. The contact is brief, but it sparks something. A flutter I shove down. The party swirls around us. Claire bustling with trays of food, cousins tossing a football, music thumping from a speaker. But Noah stays close, pulling me into his world. He's easy to talk to, his humor sharp, his questions gentle but piercing. How's life upstate? He asks, sitting beside me on a porch swing. I shrug, dodging the truth. Work, home, the usual. He tilts his head, eyes narrowing. Doesn't sound like you're happy. His words catch me off guard, stripping away my defenses. I'm fine, I lie, but his look says he sees through it. You don't have to be, he says, voice low, and my heart stumbles. As the afternoon fades, the party grows louder, rowdier. Guests spill onto the lawn, their laughter grating against my nerves. Derek's absence is a shadow, his jealousy a weight I can't shake even here. I slip inside to the kitchen, needing air, needing quiet. Noah finds me, leaning against the counter, his presence steadying. You okay, Em? He asks, his voice cutting through the chaos. I force a smile, gripping a glass of water. Just not big on crowds. He studies me, then steps closer, his eyes searching. You're not yourself. What's going on? I want to tell him. About Derek's rages, the way I feel invisible, the ache I carry. But the words stick. It's nothing, I say. He doesn't buy it. Come on, he says, a glint in his eyes. Let's get out of here for a bit. I blink, startled. What? He jerks his thumb toward the driveway, where a black motorcycle gleams under the porch light. Take a ride with me. Clear your head. My pulse spikes, a mix of fear and thrill. Noah, I don't know, trust me, he says, his voice low, coaxing, his hand brushing my arm. The touch sends a shiver through me and I know I should say no, but the pull of him is stronger than my caution. Okay, I whisper, following him outside. He hands me a helmet, his fingers lingering on mine, and I ignore the heat that follows. I climb on behind him, my arms wrapping around his waist, his body warm and solid against mine. The engine roars and we're off, the party fading into a blur, the night swallowing us whole. The road twists through the valley, the air sharp with pine and freedom. Noah drives fast but sure, the bike humming beneath us, the world a streak of dark and starlight. I cling to him, my chest pressed to his back, my hands gripping his jacket. For the first time in years I feel alive, untethered, like I'm flying. The wind tears at my hair, my fears, my guilt, and I let it, losing myself in the moment. Noah takes us to a lake, its surface a mirror for the stars, the shore fringed with tall pines. He cuts the engine, the silence ringing in my ears. We dismount, walking to the water's edge, gravel crunching under our boots. This place always calms me, he says, tossing a stone into the lake, its ripples catching the moonlight. I nod, hugging myself against the chill. It's beautiful. He turns, his eyes locking on mine, intense, searching. So are you, Em? You don't even know it, do you? His words hit like a tide, stealing my breath. No one said that, not Derek, not anyone, in so long it feels like a lie. Noah? I start, my voice trembling, but he steps closer, his presence overwhelming. I see you, he says, his voice low, urgent. You're not happy. You're stuck and it's breaking you. His truth cuts too deep, exposing the cracks I've hidden. You don't understand, I whisper, my eyes burning. I do, he says, his hand lifting, hovering near my cheek. You deserve more than that, guy, more than a life that dims you. The air crackles, heavy with something I can't name, want, fear, need. I should pull away, run back to the safety of the party, but I'm rooted, caught in his gaze. He leans in, slow, giving me every chance to stop him. I don't. His lips meet mine, soft but certain, a spark that ignites a fire I've buried for years. For a moment I let it burn. The warmth, the hunger, the feeling of being seen. It's reckless, wrong, but it's also alive, and I've been dead too long. Reality crashes in and I pull back, gasping, my heart pounding. We can't, I say, stepping away, my voice cracking. This is wrong, Noah. His eyes are dark, conflicted, but he nods, his jaw tight. I know, he says, voice rough. But I meant it, you're not alone anymore. I'm here. His words are a promise, a weight I don't know how to carry. We stand there, the lake lapping at the shore, the stars indifferent above. We should go back, I say, avoiding his gaze. He nods and we ride back in silence, the kiss a secret heavier than the night. At the party I slip to my car, my mind a storm, and drive home, Derek's shadow waiting. The house is dark when I pull in, Derek's truck gone. Relief mixes with dread, he's probably at the bar, his jealousy simmering for when he returns. I collapse on the couch, the kiss replaying, Noah's words echoing, you deserve more. I want to believe him, but guilt claws at me. He's Claire's son, my nephew, a line I crossed in a moment of weakness. My phone buzzes, a text from Noah. You okay? I'm sorry if I pushed too far. My fingers hover, torn between deleting it and replying. I type, I'm not okay. But it's not your fault, and hit send before I can rethink it. His reply is instant. Meet me tomorrow. We need to talk. Coffee shop, noon. My heart races, fear and longing colliding. I don't answer, but I know I'll go. The next day the coffee shop is quiet, tucked in a corner of town. Noah's already there at a table by the window, his leather jacket draped over the chair. He looks up as I walk in, his eyes soft but intense. He says, standing, and the way he says my name feels too intimate. I sit, clutching my coffee, the steam curling between us. What are we doing, Noah? Ask, my voice low. He leans forward, his hands clasped. I don't know. But I can't stop thinking about you, about how you're wasting away with him. His honesty disarms me and I look away, my throat tight. This can't happen, I say. You're my nephew. He flinches but doesn't back down. I know. But you're not just my aunt. And I see you. More than he ever will. His words unravel me, exposing the truth I've avoided. Derek doesn't see me, hasn't for years. Noah does, and it's both a gift and a curse. I'm married, I say, more to myself than him. To a guy who treats you like shit, he counters, his voice sharp. You deserve better. You know it. I do, but knowing isn't enough. What am I supposed to do? I ask, my voice breaking. He reaches across the table, his hand covering mine, warm and steady. Leave him. Start over. I'll help you. The offer is reckless, dangerous, but it lights something in me. A spark of possibility. I pull my hand back, shaking my head. I need time, Noah. He nods, his eyes never leaving mine. I'm not going anywhere. That night, Derek comes home late, reeking of whiskey. Where were you yesterday? He snaps, his eyes narrowing. Claire's, I say, bracing for the storm. With who? He demands, stepping closer. Family, I say, but my voice wavers. He grabs my arm, his grip tight. Don't lie to me, Emily. Fear spikes, but Noah's words echo, giving me strength. Let go, I say, yanking free. He laughs, cold and mean. You're nothing without me. The words sting, but they're also a lie. I'm more than this house, this marriage, this fear. I just don't know how to prove it. Over the next week, Noah texts, small things, checking in, no pressure. Each message is a lifeline, pulling me toward something I'm scared to name. I start planning, quietly, carefully. I save money from my bookstore shifts, look at apartments in Albany, an hour from Derek's reach. But the kiss haunts me, a line we can't uncross. I meet Noah again, this time at a diner, the neon glow casting shadows on his face. I'm leaving him, I say, the words heavy but true. His eyes light up, but there's caution too. Good, he says. You don't need him. I hesitate, then ask, what about us? He leans back, his jaw tight. I don't know him. I want you to be happy, whatever that means. His honesty is a knife cutting through the fog. I nod, tears prickling. I need to figure that out. Derek's jealousy grows, his rage is more frequent. One night he finds Noah's texts, innocent but enough to set him off. Who the hell is this kid? He roars, throwing my phone against the wall. I flinch, but I don't cower. My nephew, I say, my voice steady. You're lying, he shouts, grabbing my wrist. I twist free, adrenaline surging. I'm done, I say, the words spilling out. I'm leaving. He laughs, but there's fear in his eyes. You won't last a week. I don't answer, grabbing my bag and walking out, the door slamming behind me. I drive to Claire's, my hands shaking. She takes me in, no questions, but Noah's there, his eyes wide when he sees me. What happened? He asks, pulling me into a hug. I tell him everything, Derek, the fight, my plan. He listens, his hand on mine, grounding me. You're free now, he says, but his voice is heavy. I nod, but the kiss lingers, a question neither of us can answer. Claire interrupts, oblivious, insisting I stay the week. Noah and I keep our distance, careful, but the tension hums. Every glance, every brush of his arm. A week later, I moved to Albany, a tiny studio with a view of the river. Noah helps me settle, carrying boxes, his presence a comfort I don't deserve. You did it, he says, standing in the doorway, his smile proud but wistful. I nod, tears falling. Thanks to you. He steps closer, then stops, the line between us clear. Be happy, he says, his voice soft. That's all I want. I nod, knowing we can't be more, but his belief in me is enough. Derek fades, a shadow I've outrun. The river flows outside, endless and alive, and for the first time I'm ready to meet it. The Albany studio is small, its walls bare, the river's hum a quiet pulse through the single window. It's been 3 weeks since I left Derek, since I walked out of that suffocating house with nothing but a bag and Noah's words echoing in my head. You deserve more. The apartment smells of fresh paint and second chances, But I'm still unsteady, like a bird learning to fly after years in a cage. My days are a rhythm of new routines. Morning shifts at a bookstore downtown, evenings sketching by the river, nights alone with thoughts that won't settle. Derek's gone silent, no calls, no texts, but his absence feels like a trap, a storm waiting to break. And then there's Noah. His texts, his voice, the memory of that kiss by the lake, a secret I carry like a bruise, tender and forbidden. I'm unpacking a box of old sketchbooks when my phone buzzes. Noah, in town for a gig. Can I stop by? Need to see you. My heart stumbles, fingers hovering over the screen. I shouldn't say yes, shouldn't let him closer, but the pull of him is stronger than my guilt. Sure. 7 p.m., I reply, my pulse racing. I tidy the apartment, nerves sparking, and when he knocks, I'm not ready for the sight of him. Leather jacket, dark hair falling into hazel eyes, a smile that's half hope, half danger. Hey Em, he says, stepping inside, his presence filling the small space. He looks around, nodding. Phew. This place, it's good. I laugh, nervous. It's a start. He meets my eyes and the air shifts, heavy with everything we haven't said. We sit on the floor, take out containers between us, the river's glow casting shadows. He talks about his music. A new band, a gig at a bar in Poughkeepsie, dreams of a tour. His voice is alive, infectious, pulling me out of my head. What about you? He asks, leaning closer. You drawing again? I nod, showing him a sketch of the river, its lines sharp and free. It's like breathing, I say. His fingers brush the page, then mine lingering. You're breathing now, he says, voice low. Not just surviving. The words echo our night at the lake and my breath catches, the memory of his lips a spark I can't douse. I pull my hand back, forcing a smile. Trying to. He stays late, the conversation easy but charged, every glance a reminder of the line we crossed. When he stands to leave, he pauses at the door, his eyes searching mine. I'm proud of you, Em, he says, his hand grazing my arm. The touch burns and I want to lean into it to let the current take us, but I step back. Thanks, Noah, I whisper. He nods, understanding, and leaves, the door clicking shut like a verdict. I sink to the couch, my heart a tangle of want and shame. He's Claire's son, my nephew, a boundary I can't keep crossing. But his belief in me is a lifeline and I'm not ready to let it go. The next morning I'm at the bookstore shelving novels when a shadow falls over me. I turn and my stomach drops. Derek, his face hard, eyes bloodshot. You thought you could just leave? He growls, stepping closer. I freeze, the air thinning. Get out, I say, my voice shaking. He laughs, cold and mean. You're mine, Emily. Always will be. Customers glance over, but he doesn't care, his hand gripping my wrist. I yank free, adrenaline surging. I'm done, I snap, backing toward the counter. The manager steps in, a burly guy named Tom, and Derek backs off, muttering threats as he storms out. I'm shaking, but I don't break. Not anymore. I text Noah, my fingers trembling. Derek showed up. I'm okay but scared. He calls instantly, his voice steel. Where are you? I'm coming. I tell him I'm at the shop, and within an hour he's there, his motorcycle parked outside, his eyes scanning me for damage. He didn't hurt you? He asks, his hand on my shoulder, grounding me. I shake my head, tears prickling. Not this time. He pulls me into a hug, fierce and protective, and I let myself sink into it just for a moment. He's not getting near you again, he says, his voice low. I promise. We walk to a diner across the street, the neon buzz a shield against the world. Over coffee I tell him everything. Derek's jealousy, the years of feeling invisible, the fear that's followed me here. Noah listens, his jaw tight, his hand close to mine but not touching. You're not invisible, he says, his eyes burning. Not to me. His words stir that dangerous heat and I look away, my heart racing. Noah, we can't keep doing this, I say, my voice barely audible. This, whatever it is. He leans back, pain flickering in his eyes. I know. But I can't stop carrying him. I won't. The honesty undoes me and I don't know how to answer. That night, I'm alone in the apartment, sketching the river when a knock jolts me. I check the peephole, expecting Noah, but it's Claire. She steps inside, her face strained. We need to talk, she says, sitting on the couch. My stomach twists. She doesn't know about the kiss, but she knows me too well. Noah's been different since the party, she says. He's worried about you, but it's more than that. What's going on? I swallow hard, guilt flooding me. Nothing, I lie, but my voice cracks. She sighs, her eyes soft but sharp. You're my sister and I love you, but he's my son. Be careful. Her words are a knife cutting through my defenses. I nod, tears burning. I say, but it's a half-truth. Claire leaves and I'm left with the weight of her warning. I text Noah, we need space. This is too much. He doesn't reply and the silence is louder than any fight with Derek. Days pass, my routine a fragile anchor. Work, sketches, the river's endless flow. But Derek's shadow grows. I spot his truck outside the bookstore one evening, idling across the street. My heart pounds and I call the police, but he's gone before they arrive. I don't tell Noah, don't want to pull him deeper, but he shows up at the shop the next day, his eyes dark with worry. Claire told me you're shutting me out, he says, his voice rough. I'm not letting you face this alone. I shake my head, desperate to keep him safe. You have to, Noah. For both of us. He steps closer, his hand lifting then dropping. I can't, he says, his voice breaking. You're in my head, Every song I play, every note, it's you. His confession is a storm tearing through my resolve. I want to tell him to stay, to cross every line, but Claire's voice, Derek's threat, my own guilt hold me back. Go, I whisper, tears falling. He nods, his eyes haunted, and walks out, the doors chime a final note. That night, Derek breaks in. I wake to the door splintering, his shadow looming. You thought you could run? He snarls, grabbing me. I scream, fighting, but he's stronger. Then a crash. Noah bursts through, his motorcycle helmet in hand, swinging it at Derek's head. Derek stumbles, blood trickling, and I scramble free. Noah tackles him, pinning him down, his voice a growl. Touch her again and you're done. I grab my phone, dialing 911, my hands shaking. The cops arrive, cuffing Derek, his curses fading as they drag him out. Noah stays, his arms around me, steadying my tremors. I'm here, he says, and I nod, clinging to him. The police take my statement and Claire arrives, her face pale but resolute. I'm sorry, I whisper to her, guilt choking me. He hugs me fierce. You're my sister. We'll figure this out. Noah steps back, giving us space, but his eyes never leave me. Days later, Derek's charged. Assault, breaking and entering, and I get a restraining order. The apartment feels safer, but the scars remain. Noah visits, careful, keeping distance. I'm moving to Brooklyn, he says one evening, his voice steady. Music stuff. But I'm not disappearing. I nod, relief and loss twisting together. Be happy, I say, echoing his words from months ago. He smiles, soft and sad. You too. He leaves and I stand by the river, sketching its flow, the locket I bought to mark my freedom glinting at my neck. Derek's gone, Noah's a memory I'll carry, and I'm Emily again, bruised but alive, ready to write my own story.